Thank you, guys. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Night Run. I'm the guy with the show, Dion McElrath. We have a great show for you tonight. We got the goods. So, a lot of stuff to talk about at the top of the program, so we're going to go ahead and kick it right off. First off, let's talk about a hot button topic that's been trending on social media, which would be the Charles Soules brand of Peanuts holiday classic movies. Recently, it was announced that they will not be airing on broadcast television for the first time in many, many decades. I'm very disappointed. I love The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, I really do. And it's a Charlie Brown Christmas. I mean, that is America's favorite anger issue having dog. You can find the actual movies on, I believe, Apple TV, if you guys heard of it or not. They'll be streamed. It's available for their members on the app, and non-members can view it through a certain day window. I don't know what days they are. You guys have the internet, go look at it. This brings me to the burning question to where, is this the case for all the holiday movies, or is it just The Great Pumpkin? Because just tell us now, because this year has been full of heartbreak and we've had it. So if we could just get it out the way now and drown our sorrows in dark liquor, that'd be great. Any hoodles, kitten caboodles, moving to the latest in sports. The season is well underway. Recently down in Dallas, them boys was not as sweet as they thought they were. I've been itching to talk about this. Following their team's 38-10 loss, yeah, them boys, 38-10, y'all should be ashamed of yourself. The Cardinals, come on now. Two of the players basically decided to break protocol and holler at NFL Network's Jane Slater in that the team is, well, their coaching staff is totally unprepared. Might not be to them, it might be to you. Or y'all might not beat them boys. Hate to be that one. They already have lost Dak Prescott for the rest of the season, so what are they gonna do? I'll be completely okay if they lose for the rest of the season because I'm tired of hearing "we them boys" every time they get a slim margin. I'm over it. Stop. Y'all just as bad as them Steelers fans. It's definitely a soap opera on CBS in the land of cowboys. Also, another thing I wanted to touch on, I don't know if there's any Star Wars fans out there, but The Mandalorian Season 2 will be kicking off very soon on Disney+, and basically, everyone's favorite, Baby Yoda. I'm not a Star Wars geek, so I really don't know the specific details of it, but I believe Season 2 kicks off at the end of the month, October 30th. Again, you can catch that on Disney+, which is the streaming app that has all my childhood on it. Basically, we found this out recently when a trailer aired during Monday Night Football, and this season, it's focusing on the child, which is Baby Yoda, and the search for his own kind. So it looks like an interesting series. I couldn't get into it, so I can't tell you. Also, huge news from Universal Pictures. The Fast and Furious franchise will be coming to an end after 2 final movies. The timeline for that, I don't know. And the last of which will be Fast 11. That franchise has mind-boggled me since I was a child because they didn't stop for gas, not once. Not once. And no one's using an electric vehicle, so someone has to stop at Shell at some point in time. There is a huge possibility for spinoffs, as noted from an insider at Universal Pictures. They just finished, they're in the pro-production of Fast 9. And sorry to all you gearheads out there, that franchise is coming to an end. Let's be real, it needs to come to an end now before they start to mutilate it like everything else. And wrapping up here with local happenings and festivities here in the Miami Valley, a very well-known local barbecue joint, City Barbecue, just opened a new location in Butler Township on Miller Lane. And if you enjoy a good fall-off-the-bone brisket sandwich, John, we know you like briskets, I do too. If you're a fan of a very tender fall-off-the-bone brisket or you're a rib person, you are probably just about as excited as I am. However, this is not your typical City Barbecue. They have a drive-through.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm with it. They have a drive-through, so I don't even have to get out and intermingle with fellow taxpayers. I can just pull up in my vehicle and get my food and go. That works great for people like me who are antisocial. Also, they'll be open an hour later, and it has a more customer-oriented experience to it. So very excited about that. I'm actually going to go up there later today and try it if the line's too long, but I'm very impatient. So if it is, I'm just going to drive off and I'm going to go to McDonald's and cry in the drive-thru and get my number 9. Very excited about that. That's kind of sad that I'm excited about a barbecue joint, but it's okay. Don't rain on my parade. So let's talk about tonight's show. We have a very great show for you. Lots of great guests. the Night Run feud. We're going to try that, and hopefully it doesn't crash and burn because it sounded great on paper, but we're about to mess around and find out. Tonight's guest, I have the project manager of the Greater Dayton RTA, the guy that is one of many behind the scenes that keeps the wheels of Dayton moving, one bus at a time. Alex Smith is here. And also I have the general manager of Dayton Flight, the newest and hottest thing in basketball here in the Gem City. He's here to talk about Dayton Flight and how they give back to the community, what's their next step, and what can we expect from them in 2021. So yeah, we're gonna have a great show tonight. And over here we have the greatest group of weirdos I've ever met on a side street in downtown Dayton. I saw that phone. Jammer the band, you do the thing and play me out. When we come back, top 8 coming at you.
Hi, I'm Ariel Winter. If you're like me, your pets are family. So when disaster strikes, you want to keep them safe. American Humane has tips to help protect our best friends in their worst times. So please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Hi, I'm Katie Carey, and I'm the Director of Education and Outreach for Clothes at Work, located at the Job Center. Our mission for over 20 years has been to clothe, educate, and empower individuals to prepare them for employment success. Clothes at Work is well known in the Dayton region for providing interview and workplace appropriate attire for local job seekers. Savvy shoppers know us for a fabulous boutique featuring gently used upscale clothing at great prices. The best part about our boutique is that every dollar spent goes directly back into our programs and services. However, one thing you may not know about Clothes at Work is that we have an amazing workforce development education program. The Workplace Institute was launched in February 2017 when area employers expressed difficulty finding job applicants with necessary job readiness behaviors and soft skills to be successful on the job. A team of professionals from our community representing every industry came together with us and combined their experience in workforce development and education to help us create our research-based curriculum. Each workshop is skillfully designed to engage participants in group discussions, peer-to-peer learning, and fun hands-on activities to help build confidence and professional demeanor. Workshop topics include making a positive first impression, proper professional attire, effective communication techniques, on-the-job conflict resolution skills, and how to build professional relationships. Through our education program, we have provided more than 150 workshops to over 1,500 individuals in just 2.5 years, and our numbers continue to grow. It's no surprise that developing a healthy workforce needs to start at an early age for the health of our local economy. Out of this need, our workshops have been invited into high school classrooms all across the Miami Valley. In fact, 75% of our workshop participants are high school students, and we have presented workshops to students from over 33 area high schools. Clothes at Work is excited to present workshops this fall with area college programs including Sinclair College and in partnership with Fifth Third Bank at Central State University. For more information about our Workforce Development Education Program or any of our programs and services, please visit our website at www.closethatwork.org.
All right, welcome back from the break of commercial. Yeah, that thing, a break of commercial. Today's top 8 is based off what we found from theranker.com, which came from the list of the top 65 NBA players from the state of Ohio. And most of these, or actually all of these on this list, are from the great city of Dayton. So huge shout out to our executive producer for creating this list because I suck at sports and it doesn't tickle my fancy as hard as anyone else's. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and kick it off with number 8, Mr. Barry Clemens. Barry Clemens played at Xenia High and then went to Ohio Wesleyan University, and he spent 11 years with the NBA franchise. We're moving on to number 7, Mr. Dwight Anderson, went to Roth High School, which, as you know, became Thurgood Marshall when Kernan White closed and they combined the two. He played at the University of Kentucky, so he was a Wildcat, and he transferred to the University of Southern California, aka USC. He played 1 year in the NBA, and he tragically passed away in early September. Number 6 is Jon Paxton. He went to Archbishop Alter in Kettering, and then went to the University of Dayton. Went on to a 12-year stint with the NBA. Number 5, Daequan Cook. His high school days were spent at Dunbar, and went to The Ohio State and has played in the NBA since 2007. Number 4 was Kerry Kittles. Although he was born in Dayton, he went to high school at St. Augustine in New Orleans, Louisiana, and they went to Villanova University. He spent 8 years with the NBA. Number 3 is Norris Cole, another Dunbar alum. He also went to Cleveland State and has since been with the NBA since 2011. Number 2 is Jon Paxton. That is Jim Paxton's brother. He also went to Alter and played at Notre Dame. Afterwards, he had an 11-year stint with the NBA and has 3 championship rings to show for it. That's championship effort, Bob Smith. And our number 1 is Mr. Ron Harper. He went to Kaiser and spent his college days at Miami University. And after 16 years in the NBA, he now has a championship ring for every finger on his right hand. So that's not bad from a guy from Dayton. I wish I was that cool. I would like that much jewelry. But then again, imagine flying. That'd be a pain. An absolute pain. Sir, you got anything else? I do not. So when we come back from the commercial break, Alex Smith will be at the desk doing the thing and the stuff, and we'll talk to that guy. And you stay put, don't lose confidence, because I didn't tell any dad jokes this time. We'll be right back.
I'm Michael Rediger, Director and CEO of the Dayton Art Institute. For the past century, the DAI has enriched our community by creating meaningful experiences with art that are available to all. Those experiences have inspired conversation, action, emotion, and so much more. From humble beginnings, the DAI has grown to be one of the region's premier fine art museums, with an awe-inspiring collection built through the generosity of many donors that spans 5,000 years of art history. It includes works by Monet, Rubens, Edward Hopper, Andy Warhol, and so many others, as well as significant collections of Asian art, African art, and works from the ancient Americas. In addition to our diverse collection, the museum offers world-class exhibitions, family programs, art classes, social events, and more. The DAI is also known for some of the best events in town, including Oktoberfest, Bourbon and Bubbles, Art Ball, and our Bob Ross Auto Group Jazz and Beyond series, as well as being a premier destination for weddings and private events. It is truly a community gathering space that is available to all. The DAI is committed to enriching our entire community by offering free and discounted museum days, offering discounted memberships and admission, and making free school tours available to students of all ages. Art has helped to shape and inspire and inform our community for 100 years. If all that happened in the last century, imagine what can happen in the next 100 years. The Dayton Art Institute is your art museum, and we hope you will help support this treasured community asset, whether it's visiting on a regular basis, becoming a member, or contributing to our annual fund. The DAI depends on your support, and we look forward to seeing you throughout the year. Here's to 100 years and to 100 more.
All right, so we are back from commercial break. Here with me is a peep from the RTA, a good friend of mine, Alex Smith. Alex, what's going on, bud? Nice to have you with us. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, Dion. Glad to be here.
So let's just give a little insight to the general public that's not a trolley enthusiast, if you will. What do you do and what got you here? And we know you love your job.
Yeah, I love working for RTA, but so I started working as a consulting engineer about 7-8 years ago for a firm called Norton Engineering. We got a contract with RTA, and I was kind of the point person on the consulting team for about 4 years, and then I left Norton Engineering for greener pasture, and when RTA's engineer at the time went to retire, he found me out and asked me if I wanted to join him back again and work for his team until he retired and then take over, and that was about 3.5 years ago. So
It's been 3.5 years already.
And been doing it ever since. But what I do mostly is the trolley engineering in construction, so all the overhead infrastructure, all the substation designing for like our rebuilds and stuff like that. That all kind of falls under our belt, as well as I don't know, a lot of general engineering, oddball things like facilities engineering, office design, stuff like that.
Ah, so you're Harvey Hilton 2.0.
I'm trying to be. Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, those are huge shoes to fill. So what's your baby right now at RTA? What project is your baby?
So I've kind of grown our team to having 5 of us at this point. But so I kind of oversee a little bit of a lot, but the one I've kind of held up the most has been a substation redesign project. So our substations, what actually generates the power for the whole electrical system, they're about 30 years old, and they were all kind of put in at once, so they're all pretty much at their life expectancy. So we're going through a redesign phase to try to get them all rebuilt and or gutted and fit back in. So that's taken most of my time, to be honest.
So regarding the Next Gen project, I know that's something you're very passionate
Yes.
about. Where are you with that? What can we expect in the future? What's so different about the Next Gen project and what those new vehicles bring to Dayton that is contrast to what we're used to, the heavy yellow European Army is what we call them. So what's the differences? What are the pros are we getting from this? How will things evolve?
So the Next Gen fleet is it's a new kind of trolley bus that we have in Dayton that's got an electric or a battery backup system to it. So where the old Skodas were all on wire all the time, as soon as they dropped the poles, they were kind of dead in the water. They had a battery backup system, but it maybe took them 5 miles an hour, and only if it was on flat ground, and only for like 1,000 feet. Where the Next Gen bus, it can get up to 15 miles off wire at full capacity, full load, full speed. So it's been a really awesome thing for us in the sake of trying to do construction around the city. So normally we'd have to kill power for a certain section, or if a city was doing work, or if we wanted to do maintenance on our system, we'd have to kill power, and that meant no trolley buses. So with this, now we can isolate certain sections and keep the buses running all day long. And it's been a challenge trying to figure out how to change operations mindset and mentality to make all that work, but it's opened up the possibility to keep the fleets out there, keep it all running. But they're a really cool bus. I mean, they have a hefty price tag, but they get their money's worth out of them. They also have a longer lifespan than the diesel buses, so they're really neat. I'm kind of a nerd on it, so I'll say that I love them, but
We both are.
I know. So it's been a fun project. I kind of came in towards the middle tail end of the project, so I didn't get to do any of the like foreground work of the design.
Oh, when they
or
first
any of
got
that
here,
stuff. Yeah, so when I came on board, they were already in progress. Things were moving right along, so I've kind of had to play catch up on learning what all they're doing. But to this point, most of what I do with the Next Gen project has been trying to find ways in which we can utilize them in other ways. So like our Route 1, which was kind of the whole purpose of the bus, so to speak, was to be able to go off wire at Smithville and do that whole off wire leg out to Wright State University and back. And for a trolley bus to do that is kind of unique to our city. I mean, there's only 5 cities that have it, but even having this extra step makes us even more unique. So it's been a fun challenge. I really love it.
We're better than San Francisco, said what I said. I agree. As you know, the Yellow European Army was a favorite amongst local Daytonians. That's been like the scene of Dayton for like the past 2 decades. That's what I grew up with. It's been a transition for me. A lot of us, when they first got here, they weren't as loved as they were now. A lot of publicity over it. I'm actually excited to see what comes next. So what are we gonna, where is RTA going with this? What can we see from 2021 and beyond? Are we seeing eventual elimination of diesels altogether? Or are we gonna take diesels off of stuff and utilize the overhead as much as possible and move those diesels elsewhere? Or?
So, I mean, there's been talks of different ways to further utilize the next-gen fleet, but I mean, I don't know, there's a lot to be done. A lot of cities have had some turmoil going to the all-electric and not kind of getting in over their head a little bit, where they would say, oh, we're just going to go all-electric battery buses and make it happen, and then they kind of flop.
And then they get shot in the foot.
So I don't see us making any drastic steps right away, but I do know that there's been some tasks that they've had me do where we've looked at different routings that could potentially get a trolley bus on it. Not to mention trying to increase frequency, so you might start seeing more of them out on the street, but more or less just in the same patterns, just different timings. So we've also tried to look at different things of like extending trolley routes, like the Route 1 where it gets to go out to Wright State, looking at other routes where they might be able to go further off wire and things like 7 and 5 and 19 and stuff like that, trying to see how much we can push that battery and make us get the most out of it.
So are you tearing down the older routing if you do decide to extend, or will that all stay and you just build off of that?
So it would depend on the route structure that they come up with. If they decide to use sections, we might, I would see us adding more than demoing, but if we truly abandon a section, I probably spent better part of 9 months starting mid last year going through and demolishing a lot of old abandoned infrastructure that just, the routes don't go there anymore. A city project would have came through and it would have gotten taken out, but maybe not all the pieces got taken out at that time. So we went through the city and kind of tried to clean up as much as the old stuff that wasn't being used anymore and get rid of it. So if we truly abandon a section, yeah, we'd probably get rid of that. I don't want to see that being
Last resort.
But I wouldn't necessarily say just because it goes diesel right. If it goes diesel right away, I don't see it coming down. But if we truly say, oh well, you know, with the connect zones, right? So they've got the ways of getting the ADA, the paratransit vehicles out there, as well as Uber and Lyft and all that stuff. So in those sections, maybe the big bus doesn't go there, but we still service that section, right? So maybe in those scenarios we get rid of the infrastructure, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of getting rid of a lot of stuff unless we know we're never coming back to it.
Right, now how many total next gens do you have now, and is there more on the way, or is there a possibility for more?
Ooh, so I think we have received on site the 45 that we're going to have, but they're not all commissioned for service yet. So we will have 45 next-gen buses in total, and that includes the original 1401 through 1404 prototype buses. So we got 41 new ones for a total fleet of 45. And like I said, I don't quote me on it necessarily, but I think we have received 45 on site, but we haven't commissioned it for service yet. So that should be our max. And like I said, peak vehicle was only like 27 buses or 28 buses out at one time. And I think you're probably going to see peak vehicle go up as we get better usage out of them.
There'll be shorter waits, stuff like that. More
That's the goal, right?
Of course.
Yep.
People are always in a hurry.
Mm-hmm. Got to get them somewhere.
You got to get them somewhere.
Think about that. Action.
So my burning question is, can we see trolleys return on weekend service? That's my burning question.
So it's definitely something that we've discussed quite a bit about how we could possibly bring that back into fruition. I don't necessarily know when we're going to come to seeing it, but I know we've ran through, do we have the buses to do it? How do we make it work? I think it's a possibility. I know I have my own reserves on it of it's really nice to have no trolleys on the weekends for trying to do maintenance, because then you have an ability to not disrupt service. But again, now that we know what the capabilities of the next-gen fleet are, we can isolate certain sections and make it a reality. So it's for sure something that we've been talking about, but I don't know that I've got a definitive one way or the other for how and when it can happen.
So it's one of those wait and see kind of things.
Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to. It's just a matter of how and when.
Yeah, I guess logistics, a big part of the problem. I appreciate you being here. It was fun, great pleasure.
No,
You
I
do
appreciate
great
you
work.
having me, man.
I know it's one hell of a task to keep a city like this moving on a daily basis without it breaking out into pure chaos. Better you than me. Your dad's proud of you, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
I see him on the daily. Great guy. Anytime, you're always welcome back. Anytime.
Well, I'm glad to be here, man. I really had fun, and I appreciate it, and wish you the best on this, man.
Appreciate it. When we come back, we'll have the general manager of Dayton Flight, Brandon Harper, will be here, and we will discuss his brand and his professional basketball team and what are they going to do in the city of Dayton and what they already have done. So sit tight, do things. We'll be right back.
Woodland Cemetery was established in 1841 for the express purpose of creating a resplendent cemetery landscape to support a rapidly growing city. Since its very beginning, Woodland has been the conservator of Dayton history and the culture of its people. With over 109,000 souls entrusted to our care, it is the final resting place of many of Dayton's most distinguished residents, including inventors of powered flight, the Wright brothers, poet Paul Laurence Dunbar, author and humorist Irma Bombeck, inventor and philanthropist Charles F. Kettering, governor and 1920 presidential candidate James M. Cox, entrepreneurs John H. Patterson, George P. Huffman, George Meade, Lauren M. Berry Sr., Preserved Smith, and Joseph W. Green. The Romanesque Gateway, Chapel, and Office are listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The chapel has one of the finest original Tiffany windows in the country, and the cemetery itself is designated as a historic district and was also placed on the National Register of Historic Places by the United States Department of the Interior. The Arboretum is among the foremost green spaces in Ohio, with over 200 acres adorned with 3,000 trees, including 10 current or former state champions. There are nearly 100,000 monuments ranging from rugged boulders to Greek statues and temples that memorialize the lives of people who shaped a young city and a young nation. Woodland is still a very active operating cemetery, assisting approximately 1,600 families annually with burial and cremation services. Sufficient undeveloped land is available to accommodate more than 50,000 future burials, equating to 100 years of remaining active operation. Woodland Cemetery and Arboretum is a nonprofit organization not owned by any outside entity. Our mission is to commemorate the dead entrusted to our service with care, dignity, and understanding, comfort the bereaved in a tranquil, beautiful natural landscape, preserve the heritage and wonder of Woodland, and history of Dayton in perpetuity. Woodland is open to the public 365 days a year, with typical hours being from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. We offer guided and self-guided tours throughout the year and welcome groups of all kinds to make Woodland a destination as they visit the Gem City. More information can be found at our website, woodlandcemetery.org, or by calling 937-228-3221. Woodland Cemetery and Arboretum is located at 118 Woodland Avenue off of Brown Street in Dayton. Woodland Cemetery, beautiful, timeless, and still available.
Welcome back to the Night Run, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with the general manager of the Dayton Flight professional basketball team, Mr. Brandon Harper. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, sir.
Welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Dayton Flight, what's it about? A lot of buzz behind it.
Yes,
What's the
sir.
deal?
Well, we have entered what is the third division of pro basketball here in the United States. A lot of people aren't familiar with that level of basketball. Of course, you know about the NBA. Few people know about the NBA G League, which is right up under it, but we actually provide players for that league and even players for the NBA. You get these young guys who either, look for an alternative to going overseas and playing basketball, or just aren't quite ready enough for the NBA. It's only 450 jobs for the NBA. Everybody can make it.
That's a crowded lake.
Exactly. So we provide another pool for those players to play if they don't want to go abroad. They can stay here domestically and play for a nice little piece of change. And in the process, they get the chance to get into the community, strengthen relationships in the community with schools and nonprofits and so on and so forth. And it's just a great opportunity for these young guys who wouldn't see it any other way if it wasn't for this league. Before you chime in real quick, I have to mention the stewardship of Evelyn Magley and David Magley. They lead this league tremendously, and we wouldn't have had it as good as we've had it year one if it wasn't for them.
So how long has Dayton Flight been around? Like, what created Dayton Flight? What led up to that?
Well, this will be our second year. It came about. Let me rewind a couple of years. I was a sports agent for 6 years. After I got my degree at Central State University, I actually looked into sports management and found sports management worldwide, and actually gained a tutelage under Dr. Lashbrook out of Portland, Oregon. Obtained clients and found them opportunities across not only the nation but across the world. But when you get back to your home, you look and you see there's opportunities that are needed for guys right around your neighborhood. So what I did was made the transition from sports agent to trying to find an opportunity for this market, for this city. And I found a league where they have that opportunity. They furnish it for these players, and it's been a blessing. It's been tough. It's been a sacrifice, but we found an ownership group along with sponsors, great sponsors that we obtained. Crown Plaza, Donut Palace. I saw a few of the folks enjoying some of those great donuts, along with some other great sponsors, 3 guys. We've got a lot of support, and we'll need some more support going into year 2.
So where is your home stadium? Do y'all play at UD Arena, or do y'all play all over? Do y'all travel?
That's a great question. Last year, year 1, we initially wanted to have our home games at Sinclair. A few discrepancies that didn't allow that to happen. So we moved on to Wilberforce and Central State. We juggled between those 2 venues. So moving forward into year 2, you have to stay tuned. Go on to DaytonFlight.com and check us out. I say within about a month, we'll announce that venue for all our fans.
And will we be able to find the schedule there as well?
Absolutely. You'll find the schedule. You'll be able to obtain tickets. You can already grab merchandise. We actually have some things in the community that we do. We have some camps upcoming for the little ones. We've got an abundance of things that we want to make sure we do for the community, with the community, so we make not only a name for ourselves, but we create a staple in the community to where we uplift, we help uplift, not just create entertainment on the basketball court.
Now, what, in regards to community outreach, what are some of the things that you guys have done to reinvest back into the Gem City? What have you done to make your mark in this community to make it a better place than what it was the day before?
Oh man, getting out in these schools has been number one. It starts with the youth. That's been number one. When we were actually in season, we made it a priority to go and visit different schools, Kemp and Edison, for instance. Those are just a few examples. But even with COVID hitting, and even though we had a number of gentlemen from outside the Dayton area, we continued throughout the country to reach out in each market that our players reside in different facets, whether it be Ronald McDonald House, going down there and making sure we lend a hand in those different areas. But it starts with the schools and the communities.
That's all right. That's all right. I look forward to checking y'all out. Where can we find you? What's all your platforms? All that good stuff.
DaytonFlight.com, DaytonFlight.com. I can't say it enough, stress it enough, but we're on all different platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can find us at Dayton Flight on all those platforms. YouTube, of course, we're strengthening that channel as well. But yeah, every platform, we're Dayton Flight. We're easy to find.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming in and sharing your time with me and the rest of the folks here. I look forward to checking y'all out. I think it's very exciting to have a basketball franchise, a professional basketball franchise in the city of Dayton. We love ball, so it goes hand in hand.
Yes, sir.
I look forward to seeing what you guys do out there on the court. More than happy to have you back. Can't wait to see what y'all do. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, man.
When we come back, we'll do things and stuff, and more than likely, we may have a surprise for you. We're going to try the night feud. It may work, it may not work, or Steve Harvey will send me an angry email. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ariel Winter. If you're like me, your pets are family. So when disaster strikes, you want to keep them safe. American Humane has tips to help protect our best friends in their worst times. So please visit AmericanHumane.org.
So, we'll let the guests go first. All right, name something you fill with air.
A balloon.
That was the number one answer. All right, you just go ahead and pass that microphone on down. Name something you fill with air.
Your mouth.
What the hell? That was not up there. That is one strike for the DYTs. You know what? All right, Alex, name something you fill with air.
How about a tire?
All right, that was the number 2 balloon. Your mouth. What the hell is going on? All right, go ahead and pass it on to the front. Y'all got one strike. Y'all still alive. Name something you fill with air.
Your lungs.
Oh. All right. Good answer! It's up there, Steve.
It's up there.
I know it's up there. Quit pointing at me. All right, Sarah, we got one left on the board. Name something you fill with air.
What's left?
Come on, don't.
Inflatable toy. It's up there. Good answer.
An inflatable toy.
It's up there. Come on, let's see.
It ain't up there. I want to assure you that it's not up there. Yes.
Oh no, not me again.
All right, you got 2 strikes. You got to be careful. If you miss, the weirdos over here get a chance to steal. Name something you fill with air. It's a lot of things out there you fill with air.
She took my answer.
So you mean to tell me y'all both had to? What the hell? You know what? Just go ahead and pass it on down. You know what? You got to give me something. And you can't use the same answer. Don't y'all watch television?
Boy.
If you're feeling a boy with air, Dayton Police would like to have a chat with you.
God.
I don't think that boy was shipped in a discreet box. It's probably in a very large box on your porch with a huge label on it. So go ahead and pass the mic over
How about
to
a
them.
blow-up doll?
That is very true. That's a good answer.
Don't applaud that. That ain't up there.
It's a different kind of inflatable toy.
That's a whole strike. Go ahead and pass that over here. Y'all got a chance to steal. Yeah, give it to the kid with the shaggy hair. But you know, that's not being descriptive. The one on the end, the baby.
Oh, Christ.
All right, Hoyt, if you get it, y'all gets the points of an undetermined amount because I don't feel like doing that kind of math. Name something you fill with air. Please don't hurt yourself.
Can I say hot air balloon? Is that under the category of
No,
balloon?
that's my bar, and that's not up here. All right, so y'all get the points. The air mattress. I don't know where was your antennas when it came to a boy, but all right.
What kind of answers? lungs aren't on there.
Well, I mean, lungs is on there. You got it, but I mean,
Beach ball? Right? Beach ball.
y'all get the great answers after y'all done lost the round. But we
We won the round.
but no, y'all lost with the blow up doll answer. Y'all theoretically y'all won, but y'all lost with that one. What the heck? Y'all go to hell. All right. This one's you.
Great. Keep it up. Thanks for the blow up doll answer. Y'all are doing great. Is that mic still on, please?
I don't.
All right. Question 2. This is on you. Please don't hurt yourself. Name something that goes up and down. I'm gonna regret the hell out of this. You stop.
A ball.
All right, that was the number 3 answer. It was balls, but shut up.
D's. No, I'm just.
I will fire every last one of you. All right, John Boy, name something that goes up and down.
An elevator.
Surprisingly enough, that's not up there, but that's a good answer. I don't know who made the survey. I don't know. Kansas.
Go to the Oregon district after like 2 a.m. to get these answers?
It's rough out there in the streets at 2 a.m. All right, Daniel, the one that doesn't only says 10 words per episode. Name something that goes up or down.
Teeter totter. Seesaw.
That should be up there, but that's not up there. Damn. What is this? I don't know. All right, Urban Rage, y'all got 2 strikes. You got to be careful. If it's up there, y'all still alive. If it's not, we go back to the DYTs with the blow-up doll. Name something that goes up or down.
Engine pistons.
That's an all right answer, but that's not up there. So we're going to go ahead and pass that across the aisle. And Sierra, you got a chance to still name something that goes up or down.
I'm sorry, I was going to say something.
Ooh, you're about to
Temperature.
That is a good answer, but it's not up here.
Huh?
All right, so.
Is roller coaster
No.
on there?
What is on the list?
The number 1 answer was roller coaster.
God damn it, that was I shouldn't have listened to y'all. I shouldn't have listened to y'all.
Number 2 was spouse's attitude felt. And the number 4 answer was zippers. Most of us have zippers right now. That should have been up there. All right, we got our final question. Whoever gets this wins. Oh, hell. Just, you know what? Yeah, you just go ahead and set that up there on the desk.
I'm not editing that part out, Marlo.
Yeah, we go. All right, y'all. This is for every double or nothing, winner take all, Roadhouse. Name something women love to leave on. Well, love to leave lipstick on. Ooh, these last 2 answers. Name something women leave lipstick on. It was a whole song by some chick named Shirley. And she was calling Barbara.
I don't know what song that is.
Hello, Barbara, this is Shirley. I was calling you. woman.
Oh, my shirt, maybe?
That is not up there. That's a strike. It should be up there, but it's not up there. It's not up there.
I mean, the answer
I can point at the non-existent board, but it's not up there.
The answer I was really going to say, I don't know if I can say that on television.
Let's congregate. What's the answer?
Microphone away.
Yeah, move that microphone. Matter of fact, let me mute mine real quick. All right.
Say it's not true.
That
that's true.
could be true, because we watched Cheaters growing up. However, this is season 1, and I want season 2, and I'm not trying to get canceled. So yeah, good answer though. So what is this? Strike 1 for y'all? Strike 2?
Strike 1.
Strike 1. All right. Don't hurt yourself. Let's think about it. Name something women leave lipstick on.
Well, to be honest, with the prices of lipstick, they leave it on their mouth. is not on there.
It's not on there, but I get it because I'm cheap too. So that's 2 strikes for the DYTs. Bethany, if it's up there, y'all still alive. If it's not, Jammer the band has a chance to steal and take it all.
Why does it always come down to me?
Hell, I don't know. That's where you sat. Name something women leave lipstick on.
The mirror.
That is not up there. Go ahead and slide that over to the shaggy hair pimp on the end. All right, Hoyt, for the chance to win it all and do the thing, name something women leave lipstick on.
Collars.
That is not up there. And plus, so actually, I'm going to give you a chance to give another answer because she already gave that.
Okay, sure.
So you get to go ahead, give me something else.
Cheek.
How cliche. But no, that's not up there.
What?
That's not up there.
Which cheek was he referring to, though?
Any.
Oh, you know.
If you know, you know. Stick around. Well, that's not up there, so the DYTs take the game.
So what was the answer?
So here's the answers that nobody got. Number 1 was a glass, either
Wow.
wine glass.
I thought of that first and then.
Well, you know, y'all all natural beauty, and y'all really don't do makeup like that because y'all have no need to. So, number 2 is straw. Number 3 is the sugar daddy. That trade is up now as the economy is hurting.
Sugar daddy.
Old men need love too.
So my answer technically was correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh!
What? But you said when I cut my mic?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Technically.
Theoretically, yes, but I can't say that.
What part of the sugar daddy are they leaving lipstick on?
You leave that alone. You leave that alone. And number 4 was the side piece. You don't want to leave evidence on your side piece because females hit you with Pontiac Grand Prix. And when hell, I don't know. Ask my producer. So
I think Dallas just made these answers.
I really just think he made this. You know. All right.
I protest.
Why didn't I think?
I don't know.
Those answers suck, Dallas.
We will definitely play this again. This went a lot better than what I thought it was. That was a good answer, but you cannot say that on air.
We survey real people next time, not Martians.
Look, I'm sorry that we interviewed conservatives from Kansas. I'm sorry.
We don't know what an elevator is.
You know it ain't got elevators out there. It's all flat.
Or the quintessential lipstick on a shirt collar.
People still do that. Nowadays, people just bold and they just leave scratch marks everywhere. It's 2020. This is toxic side piece season.
Get into a fight with a raccoon. Honey, I'm having an affair.
I'm like, yeah, I jumped out of my car at 35 miles an hour. It's great.
Exactly. It depends on the way.
All right. So that went a lot better than what I thought it would. It just got cold in here. So now I'm going to do a segment where I'm getting ready to make a complete fool of myself. It's a new thing called Dion Does It, is where I step out of my comfort zone from behind the desk and I do things that I normally wouldn't do. So my executive producer thought it was great for me to try and humiliate myself with a drum set. So Hoyt, one of the members of Jammer the band, the baby, the strange one, we love him. He's touched by God. He has anger issues. It's okay.
That's just all of us.
Yeah, that's all of you. You're just urban rage. You're also severe alcoholics. I'm airing everyone out. So we're going to move over there, and I'm going to attempt to do something on the drums and not ruin my reputation. So Hoyt, if you would show me what to do. Is there an on button? Kidding. Don't laugh at that.
Just hit the hi-hat for me, step on the pedal. With your right hand, cross your hands like this, and hit it 8 times for me. Perfect. And then count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
As I do that.
Yes.
1 and 2 and 3, and I just completely destroyed that.
You're good. You're doing it.
Okay, I'm getting the gist of it.
On beats 1 and 3, put a bass drum hit.
So this is the bass drum. Is it the big one right here with the foot pedal?
You can do it. You got this.
Oh boy, I'm getting ready to look like a complete jackass. All right, I messed up because I didn't want to break it.
I'll clap where you need the bass drum hits. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
Okay, all right, hold up. This is terrible. Why did I let him talk me into this? Am I getting it? I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I'm making a
Your
complete
first
idiot.
hit, and the first time you hit the hi-hat, there should also be a bass drum hit.
So the first time I hit it, bass drum hit.
Yep, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and...
You're getting so frustrated.
I'm not, I'm fine.
He's like, yeah.
It's you.
So is this what Undercover Boss looks like? Huh? You mind your business. Okay, so as I hit it on the first one, bass drum, do the thing.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost swore. Do that again, but continue to do it.
So the one.
Keep it going. Yes. Beats 2 and 4 is where the snare comes in.
Oh, hell. All right. If I fail at this, I'm giving up, and I'm going to leave it to the professionals. As you can see, I succeed behind the desk. Next, on the next episode of the Night Run, we're throwing Dan in the anchor chair, and yeah, we're throwing you under the bus.
Yeah.
We're throwing you under the bus. Have your wardrobe together. We wear ties. We wear ties. Shoes are polished. All right. So on 2 and 4,
Yep.
snare drum. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Do that again.
yes! Okay. I was so close.
You good?
We got this. We got this. It's hot up here. It is very, it's very hot. You're doing great, sweetie. You know what? I'm so glad Joe ain't got a mic. And turning like, ooh, this guy looks like an idiot. I'm the schmuck in the chair. All right, let's do this.
Yes. That's it.
That's awesome. I did a thing.
All right, you gotta stop holding your sticks like wands, though.
Look, I watch a lot of Harry Potter, okay?
Fine, I guess.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it. Okay, I guess this stays. I don't know what I'm doing next time. Hoyt, thank you. I guess I might keep you on the staff after all. Kidding.
Kidding, you're gone.
But my special thanks to my guests, Alex Smith and Brandon Harper. We have a blast here, of course. Jammer the band, they're awesome. They do the thing. They're weird. I'm weird. I'm going to button my collar so you don't see my mic wire as much because I look like I don't belong here, which I don't. But appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys come back next time. We'll have a great show for you. Lots of great new guests. The Feud Run will return. I'm Dion McElrath. You guys keep it funky. Be good. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.